the Kaspa price retest the magnificent yellow line and then keep going for more new all-time highs? Or is this bearish divergence is starting to play out 1, 2, and this third time right here? So stay tuned in today's Kaspa price technical analysis YouTube video, guys, to find out exactly what is the Kaspa price going to do in the short term and midterm right here, guys, and what I'm planning to do in this case. So let's get started, guys. So hi guys, and welcome to Crypto Solutions, here to help you make the best decisions in cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency technical analysis. So in today's Kaspa technical analysis YouTube video, guys, so we're gonna evaluate here. It's been some time right now since I published a Kaspa video. I wanted to give it some time for new content and more, more information to be added to this technical analysis, which I want to tell you guys and not repeat, the same stuff. So if I take some time to publish new videos, I'm just letting the market do its thing, at least for something different to happen and not repeat myself as much as possible in that case. And so, yeah, guys, so here, like I already mentioned before in my previous Kaspa price videos, it was very clear since the beginning of me covering Kaspa in this case. As long as we are closing below the yellow line, dump, close above the yellow line, pump, below dump, above pump, below dump, above pump, below dump, and recently close above and pump. So recently, that is so far 100% being played out, mostly from what I'm seeing here. The only little bit difference based on the previous actions in this case is that the Kaspa price, at least for the short term, this yellow line you see here, well, usually once it closes below, using very similar tactics here, and I'm going to delete this so I can show you guys what I mean here. So I'm going to go to the 5 daily here so I can show you guys here, like I mentioned on my previous video also. So Kaspa was forming this very similar bearish pattern. Yes, I was expecting more downside, and it ended up not doing the high probability, which that's the purpose in that case. So that's why high probabilities is not guaranteed every single time. That's why it's not 100%. That's the point of that. But we're just using probabilities to give us the best edge on the market in that case, most of the times in that case. And so here we can see, just follow me on this, guys. It's very simple. So again, when this was forming new all-time highs, had a pullback, retest near the yellow lines, and not only that, guys, but it closed below the yellow line and also got resistance on the yellow lines very beautifully. And then after closing below that red line, after already reaching this yellow lines here, usually leads up into more dumpage in that case. In this case, we can see new all-time highs, we have a dumpage, and we have a rebound. And here we reach in between those yellow lines. I was expecting in that case for a rejection and coming back here. And the reason why, how can I determine that this is going to do this? Well, the last confirmation I mentioned in this case was closing below this yellow line. So there's two yellow lines here, guys. So we have the horizontal lines here and the curvy line. So that would be the simple moving average. That would be the 8 simple moving average. In this case, we're in the 5 daily here. So usually once you also close below here, usually it leads up into more dumpage, and it was looking almost literally perfect to the same thing over here, like I already mentioned here. But in this case, like I mentioned, guys, if it closes above, then expect more pumpage in that case. So technically speaking, I wasn't wrong in that case. Well, in my expectation, well, it didn't play it out exactly as I was expecting in that case. But that's why we have the confirmations to tell us when to pull out in that case. Personally, I mentioned the technical stated once it closes 1.5 daily above, then that's usually to get out. Personally, I was heading to a different plan. I was waiting at least 1 to 2, but that's on my perspective on it because it was looking very similar to this. didn't play out. It's part of the game in that case, so no worries. And yes, I also my trade, I got stopped out in that case, so it was the stop loss was around 0.510 cents exactly. I remember in that case, and you can see that this is a massive uptrend here for the Kaspa price, guys, which is very, very beautiful here. And so right now, guys, what do we expect for the Kaspa price in this case for the following short-term and mid-term? Okay, so first of all, guys, if you're looking to buy Kaspa, not financial advice, but personally based on experience and also high probabilities, this is not a good time to buy. Okay, if you don't know anything about charts, anything about technical analysis, and you just don't want to see the charts and you just want a dollar cost average, you can do that. There's no problems with that. That's usually the best strategy for most people. But if you truly know the charts, then you don't actually have to do that. At least most of your trading strategy, because you know how to look at the charts in that case. And yes, the charts tell you most of the times tells you what to expect. It's not 100%, but it does give you a better outlook of what to expect on your short term and mid term than just looking at news or fundamentals, which most of the times doesn't matter in the short term and mid term. That's why you can have bullish news in bear markets, and you're still gonna get dumpish or nothing of an uptrend, because it doesn't matter. It's literally on the charts, and the way you can see that, if you actually learn about the charts, I have been looking at both in that case, looking at fundamentals and technicals, and I have been studying this for more than 3 years now, and I can see that literally the charts tell you the movements most of the times. Not 100%, but you have a better grasp on what the price is gonna actually do most of the times based on just using fundamentals and just bullish news, which, yeah, that's how it works. Retail just looks at news, okay? Real traders and people who actually know about how to make money usually look at the charts. And that's how it works. That's why you have traders, because if technical analysis didn't work, guys, then you will not have any traders at all. And you will not have hedge fund managers trading this if it wasn't a reliable source. You will only see dollar cost average, and that's it. And that's how it works, guys. That's how it works, guys. And people who don't understand technical analysis are, in summary, don't understand it. And it's okay. It's not easy to learn it. And also, most people lose money on this market. It's like 5% only make money as a trader. So I'm an investor, trader, but most of my investments I hold for the long term in that case. But yeah, guys, that's how you can have an edge on the market. Knowing technical analysis is not for everyone. And yes, it takes a lot of time to learn this and follow the market. So yeah, it's a thing. But that's why I made this YouTube channel also, to help you as much as possible navigating markets, to keep it summarized as easy as possible to understand, and at the same time provide as much value as possible. Because yeah, it's not easy. It's as simple as that. But we can definitely have an edge in a market most of the times. Not 100%, but we can definitely just see the patterns, okay? This is not going to just go up forever. And the reason why I'm telling you this for the technical analysis and investing is because you can truly have an edge. So I just want to make that clear, guys, because I don't want you to like hear people say, oh, technical analysis doesn't work, and just fall for it, and you taking the chance to yourself to actually make more money if you actually know who to actually follow and listen to. And yes, I would say most technical analysis YouTube channels also create that back stigma, which most of them actually don't know what they're talking about. And it's okay. I tell you this for experience, because I have learned from all I have learned looking at 15 different technical analysis, and I compare, I see which ones are more consistent, I study their strategies, I study my own strategies, try to in summary, look for patterns, okay? Technical analysis is looking for patterns, which usually tend to repeat, okay? Because if there weren't any patterns, then the markets would be all over the place. And there's a reason why technical analysis exists, and there's a reason why hedge fund managers can actually, outtrade the market most of the times if you actually know. But that's the thing, it's not easy in summary. So yeah, guys, also guys, I want to mention something here. When you're looking at price movements and you see that it is easy to assume, okay, so this is mostly driven by emotional sentiment. Well, most of the times it isn't in that case. Why? Only in new all-time highs or in new all-time or very harsh pullbacks, in that case. But when you're looking at short-term, mid-term, that's mostly run by traders, big whales. Retail, most of the times, really doesn't matter in that case unless it is a very low market cap. Like I'm talking about $10 million, $20 million. But when you have billions of dollars, when you have, for example, Kaspa, when you have Bitcoin in today's market, price is not easily moved just by sentiment of average people and retailers. Most of them, no. It's mostly driven by the whales in that case. So that's why you can have retail having very bullish outlooks, but the price doesn't reflect whatever they're believing because it's not moved mostly by retailers. It's by people with a lot of money, which is the technical word whales and other hedge fund managers in that case. When you're touching billions of dollars, unless you have some massive news events, which those are exceptions, but I'm talking about a big one. Like, for example, what happened in 2020, the false event, that can clearly drive sentiment. But also, not only this average person, but the hedge funds and the people who have a lot of money, they know that that's not good, and they're watching for the other whales, which they know they're gonna sell. So, because if markets were actually run mostly by retail in that case, then you will have price actions not being as smooth as this. You will have drastic moves, like up and down, in a very like almost impossible way to follow. Okay, and yes, retail does matter, but not the money that they invest really doesn't matter most of the time, short term and mid term. I'm talking more about long term, talking about euphoria stages like new all-time highs, talking about black swan events. Those are initially activated by the hedge funds, or in other words, people who have a lot of money. That's the point. People who truly have a lot of money are initiating those types of movements first. And retail, when you give them 20% pullback, they get scared. And yes, it does contribute to some sales, but most of the times it is by people who have a lot of money. Okay, because if retail did have the power, then new all-time highs will be for almost every single cryptocurrency. Because if you really pinpoint the sentiment of most retail on crypto, then you will see people, almost every single cryptocurrency going new all-time highs, because a lot of retailers believe in so many cryptocurrencies and believe that this is the next Ethereum, the next Bitcoin, and buy here, sell here. But you know how retail is. They almost never want to sell when they're in new all-time highs. Who initiates that sell-off? The hedge fund managers or the whales or the people who have a lot of money. And once retail see that they're having 24% pullback, that's where they start selling. So they sell mostly late. So that's why most of the movements done here is by whales. Retail contributes, but they are most of the times late to the movement. So that means when you have all-time highs, that's where they mostly buy. late. When they buy high, when you see a 50-60% sell off, that's where they give up. Oh, bottom, bounce. Because it's mostly driven by people with a lot of money. And you can see it on the addresses also. Like if you were to subtract the addresses that hold a lot of money on each cryptocurrencies, like it's big whales most of the times holding the majority of the market. I'm not saying every cryptocurrency, but a lot of them, most of them. So don't get fooled by just thinking, oh, this is driven by emotional sentiment. No, that is clearly wrong in that case. It is driven short term, and for not short term, but in euphoria stages or in very peak depression stages in that case. And that's where you actually see the movements, okay? So that's what happens, guys. The markets are mostly driven by the big money. Why do you think that you have to have people who with a lot of money coming into the market to have an increase on its price? When you're talking about billions of dollars, 20 billion, $100 billion, it's like you almost have to have the big hedge fund managers buy in, or you're not going to have that price appreciation mostly, okay? And the price appreciation, you're gonna have it, yes, if you're very early. Like if you're talking about a cryptocurrency, very low market cap, then yes, it can be very driven by retail, like easily. But once you get that 1 billion market cap, 10 billion, 100 billion, no, it's not retail anymore. It's whales, hedge funds. Most of the money in the world is governed by hedge funds, central banks, Federal Reserve. So that's why you want those kinds of investors in the market. Okay? Most of the money is held by them, not by most people. They can't, that's how it works, you know? But yeah, I just wanted to explain that just in case if you think that, oh, sentiment drives everything. No, it's not. Clearly not. You don't have any evidence about that. You can see it on the charts. You see it on the charts. You can see it in the economy. You can see it on the top addresses. It's there. Usually that's taught by people who don't know much about the charts. They only know when to just say to you, hey, buy dark cross average. And that's it. That's the only thing that they know most of the times, most investors, which is not bad. But I'm just putting the perspective in which you have to be careful not to listen to just one person. Make sure you listen to other people, compare, and find evidence, question, prove to yourself that this is actually how it goes. Not because you listen to a person that only knows about fundamentals and not about technical analysis and the fundamentals and the partnerships and the tokenomics and how the economy works. You know, it's a big difference. I just want to tell you guys that so you can be more aware of that. I just want you to be ahead as much as possible and not be fooled very easily. And yeah, guys, that's the truth. From what I have seen, if something changes, then I will adapt, of course. But that's what I'm seeing clearly play out in the cryptocurrency market. So I'm just doing this to help you guys, okay? And to be aware of the people, okay? Whatever you do with your decisions, it's not my problem, okay? I don't benefit. I'm not like getting paid for this by telling you this. So that's why I'm being honest, because I truly want to help you guys. That's the purpose of the channel. I'm already doing my money. Yes, I charge on my Discord group, of course. But at the same time, I'm not charging a lot. Most of my money is not made by Discord. I can make my own money in that case. But at the same time, if I'm going to spend time trying to help people, yes, I like to make money also, of course. But most of the money I make is based on my businesses, jobs, and also on my trading strategies, investments. And that's why there's no incentive for me to tell you this. So I'm just telling you to be more aware about what's happening, okay? The only incentive I will assume is, you know, to subscribe, more honesty. But that's the point. I'm very honest with you guys because that's how it works. I want to be as honest as possible because that's how my personality is. I don't like to lie. I like to be transparent, like to be neutral. I'm open-minded. So if something changes, I'm just gonna look at the evidence. If it's there, I'm just gonna adapt. But I want you guys to be ahead, not be like most people. Most people suffer. And in investments, most people lose money. And I can tell you that if you really do your research and you actually put the efforts in, you know, researching, comparing, and doing and studying from actual people who make a lot of money and know what they're saying, and you can confirm it with evidence, compare and contrast, believe me, you can definitely strike forward. And that's the main purpose, you know, here to help you as much as possible, tell you the truth, to explain to you why I'm seeing it that way and why it happens. And that's why I show you evidence in most of my videos. And that's why it actually plays out most of the times. The price most of the times plays exactly as I predicted most of the times because I actually know where it's actually coming from and where's the evidence. And you can see it in my videos. I'm not right every single time. I keep learning. But through time, I'm being more specific and getting even better at predicting the markets to that extent, okay? But not going to be 100% right every single time. And I put my trades on the line so you can see as much as possible that I am telling you who I am. And I'm real about what I'm saying. Almost every single thing I'm saying, I'm really, really deeply aware and make sure to say it as best as possible. But yeah, guys, that's a very, very big conversation there, guys. But, you know, I just want to kind of change tunes a little bit in the videos because it's mostly, you know, technical analysis just to give you more of my personality aspect. A big portion of it, I would say. But yeah, guys, let's keep going here, guys, for the Kaspa price. If you don't want to look at the charts, just invest and that's it. Yeah, look at the fundamentals, if the team is changing some specific things, but most of that almost to some extent doesn't matter, okay? As long as you have good partnerships. The cryptocurrency is part of very heavily tied, VC backers and also very great companies. Just to give you a quick, it's just BlackRock, Google, Microsoft, very big financial institutions, IBS, World Economic Forum. When you have those people backing your cryptocurrency, you can be very sure, not every time, but with a very high chance that cryptocurrency is not going away. Because remember, they have a reputation. Whatever they associate with most likely works. There's a reason for it. And also, especially Fidelity, you have Bank of America, American Express. So you can look at all of that as very bullish fundamentals. It's not the only thing. Tokenomics, technical analysis, but the charts tell you most of the times also, at least short-term, mid-term, long-term, not necessarily every single time, but that's why you have fundamentals. But yeah, I just want to make that clear, guys, and so you can know what to, you know, and again, you can compare. I'm telling you from my experience, from what I have seen and studied, compare and contrast. I'm neutral on this. I really don't care one side or the other. If you're looking to really have a mentality in which, okay, this is the only thing that works and that's it. No, I'm very open-minded. So if I see something working, I don't care where it's coming from. If I see the pattern, it works, that's it. I'm not going to question it that much. I'm going to question why it works and trying to figure out. But if I see it working, there's not much explanation. Really don't care. So as long as it's working, keeps consistently giving you those price actions, then that's how it goes, guys. Okay, and I'm telling you for experience, investing and also trading this. But you can make your own opinion. You can study other people also. that's not a bad thing, but I'm just telling you what actually happens most of the times based on what I have seen and the evidence I have seen. So yeah, guys. So guys, yeah, for the Kaspa price. So new all-time highs. So let's see here, guys. Okay. So I mentioned in my previous video, guys. Also, I'm gonna take some, yeah, some moving averages here. So I mentioned, guys, that we're gonna see new all-time highs for the Kaspa price in this case if, yeah, we get that 5 daily above the 8 symbol moving average, the yellow line, which happens. And not only that, but also seeing break above the 0.76 and then back tested support, fake out, and that's where we got the new all-time high. And I mentioned that, guys, if we hold that 0.76, then expect a new all-time high, and that happened. So beautiful. Now we're gonna go getting a rejection here. That's not good, guys, because if you're going to new all-time highs, usually you want for this to continue going higher. Okay, yes, you're gonna have some pullbacks, but there's a difference between this pullback in continuation versus this and now going lower than this. Now this is starting to create new lower lows. So just to keep it like very simple to understand, guys, so we have an option. So we have higher lows here, okay, lows, and now here also we see higher highs. Now we're starting to see new lower lows. So this is stating that this is indicating with a increasing probability for this to create a new lower high and continue going lower so far. What do we expect for this to not happen? So first, guys, the Kaspa price has to stay above this 0.76 Fibonacci tracing. So that would be exactly above 0.046802 cents here, okay? If it keeps getting rejected like this, then the next target would be this support, which actually happened. So this level didn't hold, and what happened? We found support on this yellow line support, which is a very strong support, and bounce. Still, this has to very soon here start to close above and regain this as support if this wants to keep going higher, okay? Because if it keeps getting rejected, then it's gonna go back to this 0.618, 0.65, which is 0.043183 cents, and the 0.65 Fibonacci trace is 0.043850 cents, okay? This will be the support. And if you're looking using horizontal like support and resistance levels, then you have support, breakdown, resistance, break above, and now confirming that as support, okay? So now we have that confirmed as support. So, and if this starts, let's say, losing support here, then next one would be 0.5, Fibonacci trace 0.040 cents, okay, here. And if that doesn't hold, then we head to this 0.382 Fibonacci tracing around 0.038 cents in that case, okay? But if you want to keep it like very, very easy to follow, you just pull up the 8 symbol moving average, this yellow line, but on the 4 daily, and 4 daily, 5 daily, and weekly, okay? And on the 4 daily, you can see that, yeah, after closing above, again, okay, here, closing above, boom, massive option here. Wasn't expecting something like this. I was expecting more something about boom, rejections, and just keep using that as support, keep going higher. But this one just happened sooner than expected. Low probability, but hey, it happens. Here, we can see a back test on this yellow line. That would be around 0.0412 cents at this time right now. So still, this can continue an uptrend. If you're using this yellow line strategy, then this is still in play, and this can have a support all the way down to around 0.0412 cents, and then continue going higher using this strategy. So as long as this holds support, then don't expect more downside, okay? But if it does start closing, let's say 1 to 2 4 daily a body candle closes below the yellow line, that's where I'm looking to short again, guys, because right now, guys, Kaspa is in new all-time high, so I'm not gonna buy right now, okay? At least on my perspective, on my strategy, okay? If you're looking to buy, then long-term dollar cost average, and that's it. Not invest all at once, and that's it, okay? So, but if you want to buy on a better levels, which, hey, eventually it's gonna happen. Why? You can see it here, guys. The average pullback, at least for a good buy opportunity so far for the Kaspa price, has been the following, okay? So it would be usually, okay, here to here. 76% pullback. Looks tiny, but it is a significant amount. Boom, and here. 57%. Here. 72%, you see, 72, 57, 76. So you see the pattern there. And here, this was a very brief one, which is an exception, no worries, 38%. And so in average, you can expect at least a 50% pullback. So let's plan this out, guys. So let's say right now that Kaspa, that was the new all-time high, and that's it, and this is going to pull back. So if it's going to pull back 50%, okay, that would be around here. That would be around 0.026 cents, okay? That would be, in my view, a good place to buy on my own, not financial advice, but technically speaking, that would be an average, okay? The worst case scenario, okay, we're just comparing. I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but 76% will give you around this range, 0.013 cents, okay? Not saying that that's going to happen, but I'm just pulling some averages here, okay? So that would be in between here and here, okay? Personally speaking, so far there's no signals for that, but the 50% I'm leaning more forward for that one, okay? But technically speaking, until this yellow line breaks, then you cannot expect that to happen, okay? But if it starts breaking, in this case, this yellow line and this light blue, because you can see that, yes, below the yellow line pullback, but this held support, this light blue, and boom, bounce from there. So in this case, for us to expect a 50% move to the downside, in that case from here, then you will wait for a 4 daily, I would say, at least to be very conservative, 2 4 daily body candle closes below, in this case, the yellow line and the light blue line. What is the light blue line? That's the 21 simple moving average, just in case, okay? And that's where I'm expecting, in that case, more downside. And not only that, guys, but that would mean that this is going to create a double top, okay? This would mean something like this is in the making, potentially. So far, it's not confirmed, technically speaking. So in that scenario, if it were to happen, at this time, it's not confirmed. We have to go confirmation by confirmation, okay? And that would be giving us a target 0.023 cents for that double top if it were to happen, okay? But so far, it is not in play right now, okay? I'm just outlining potential scenarios in the future, okay? But so far, what do we have confirmed at this moment? So what we have confirmed at this moment is to expect a retest on this yellow line. That's almost guaranteed to happen, okay? And then from there, if it bounces, then, yeah, keeps going higher. If it doesn't close below, then expect more uptrend, okay? That would be the play. But if it closes below, then be aware for more pullbacks. And to be very conservative, then wait for the yellow line and the light blue to lose support on the 4 daily, and then that would be confirming, in that case, this double top. But for it to break down, it has to first, yeah, of course, break down on the double top here, okay? I'm just outlining future potential events, but that would be the play right now. Close below the yellow line and light blue, boom. Expect more downside, okay? If it closes above, more upside. As simple as that, guys, okay? If you want to be more specific, that's where you're gonna see breakdown below here. Then that confirms double top, okay? And if it in the last confirmation breaks below here 0.034 cents, that would be, yeah, 1 to 2 for daily body candle closes below here. That's where you're gonna see the target here, around this ranges 0.025 cents, around there, and that's where we're gonna evaluate from there. Okay, so yeah guys, that's what I'm seeing so far, mostly for the Kaspa price. And also I want to point this out, guys. The reason this is having rejections here is because this is still playing bearish divergences in this case. So you have this high here, which is this high. You have a higher high here, which is this lower high on the RSI here. Bearish divergence, that's where you have that bearish divergence played out very briefly here. And then another higher high here, and now you see a new lower high. So this is still forming new lower highs. Technically speaking, that's bearish. So this is indicating that the Kaspa price can do this, new all-time highs, and still be forming that bearishness. And eventually, if this RSI, for example, doesn't go above this range here on the new all-time highs, then that's very bearish. That means that if we see the price is going higher, but this RSI doesn't go above this range, that means that this still is confirming bearish divergences. And high time frame bearish divergences are no joke. And I can quickly show you that here, guys. Okay, I want to show you on the weekly, which is more clean, more beautiful to follow. So you can see here, new higher highs here, lower highs here, boom, to the downside on the RSI, and that would be this pullback here. Okay, and again, that pullback is it's not tiny. That's 57%, and then found support on the light blue and followed through. Okay, and then here you can see this one here. You can see new higher high here, and then on the RSI lower high, and then boom, confirmation here, downside. And that led up to a 38%, which is very low in average so far. And here again, we're forming new highs here so far. But not only the wicks, you have to look at the daily weekly body candle closes. Okay, so which one do you usually follow? The body candle closes is better than the wicks. Okay, if you're looking for higher prices. So technically speaking, this is daily weekly body candle close here and then here. So still, this is not a bearish divergence so far, but it is a bearish divergence if you count it from here to here. It is, because that would be from here to here. So that still is bearish, and that's why you're having that rejection here, because it's reacting to that RSI bearish divergence here. Okay, but I do want to point out a very interesting thing here, guys. Okay, which I saw in this video here. Okay, so on the 4 daily, let's see here quickly. So what's very interesting here, guys, usually you get that 72% pullback after closing below the light blue one, not using only the yellow line. And that's what happened. I'm seeing here, it did close below the yellow line, and exactly, just pullback 38%, but it held support on this light blue, which usually, if you're gonna see a 50% pullback, usually the price, Kaspa price, likes to close below the yellow and the light blue, and that's where you have that 50%. If it doesn't close below the light blue line for enough time in that case, then you would not expect a 50%. So again, here to here, 76%, here to here, 57%. Okay, here also, boom, below the yellow, below the blue line, in that case, boom, 72%. So, technically speaking, that means that as long as the Kaspa price stays above, in that case, the light blue line, then that means that we cannot expect a pullback unless a black swan event, but that's to some extent, most of the times cannot be predicted to some extent. And here, still we're above that light blue. So as long as there's no closure below that blue line, then don't expect for a 50%. So 50% will be here, okay? From here to here, let's see. 50% would give you this range, 0.026 cents. And that would be in confluence with these lines over here, which is very beautiful because it will be finding support around here, and that will be support here also horizontally, which is also good here. Okay, so, and you can see on the previous times, the price didn't, in that case, retested those lines. But if we extend it out like this, then you can see that it actually found support there and then bounce. And if you use the purple line, I'm putting like an average here, like around here, so you can see found support and boom, and still hasn't touched those lines so far. That's how strong the Kaspa price has been performing. Literally, that it just keep pumping and then found support here, and that was the bottom here, bounce, and now those would be good areas to buy for long term, in my view. I will look to buy Kaspa for the long term in that case. And yeah, I'm going to show you my trade in that case, so you can see what I mean by this. Last trade on my Kaspa trade. Yeah, so on my last Kaspa trades in that case, so I closed, let's see here, one on 0.047 cents, 0.047 cents, and the last one here, which is the stop loss, 0.0514 cents in that case. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that in that case, guys, so you can see my open my previous Kaspa trade in that case. I want to be completely transparent in that case. And so I'm looking to short Kaspa eventually one more time in that case. In the meantime, which will be here, guys. I'm going to show you here. That will be when it closes below the yellow line still, because I believe this is still going to have a 50% pullback, and that would be a very good move, okay? And also, by the way, the losses I made on the Kaspa price, I already recovered that using my long-term investments. I already mentioned that in my previous video, but just to recap in that case, just one more time in that case, it was I made that same losses back and more on my Vitor investments in that case. It pumped that day, by the way, also almost at the same time that very near the time I closed my Kaspa trade, almost completely in that case. And yeah, I recovered all of that, and still I'm very in the green in that case for this year in my overall trades, which you can also look on my Discord groups and on the description below. Crypto Solutions, patreon.com/crypto solutions, which is very good in that case, guys. I totally recommend it. I do post my trades there when I'm looking to buy on the short term, mid term, and long term, and I navigate the market, and I post more updates there more consistently than on my YouTube channel in that case. So yeah, guys, so far that's what I'm seeing so far for the Kaspa price, guys. That's my overall outlook so far. And if, let's say, if the Kaspa price wants to continue going higher, usually I like to use this Fibonacci 1.618 extension, which usually plays out. First, Kaspa price has to start closing above this previous all-time high for this to continue going higher. Not only wicks, but 4 daily body candle closes in order to see more continuation. And that's why you're seeing rejection. This is looking not good in the very short term, but so far, like I already mentioned, guys, that would be the outlook. First confirmation, stay above the 0.786. Fibonacci tracing above 0.046 cents, and then again closing above this previous all-time high, and that's where you're gonna have more continuation to the upside. A potential top or near the top will be here, 0.069 cents. Okay, if it's going to confirm those two confirmations, then my next target would be 0.069 cents. Okay, but if it keeps getting rejected here, then again, then the plan already played out. The plan already told you guys will play out with a high chance in that case, guys. And so yeah, and if this wants to get very bullish out of nowhere, then the all-time highs in that case, or near the top, because it's not easy to get a top exactly. But if this wants to get very bullish, then this will be around 9 cents. Okay, that would be 1.61 if you want to extension, 0.093 cents. Okay, so yeah, guys, and the reason why I mentioned that, guys, is because the Bitcoin price also topped out, at least for this previous cycle, exactly on this 1.618. I'm gonna show you guys quickly here, guys. You can see here, guys, just a quick Fibonacci retracement here on the previous cycle for the Bitcoin price here. You can see that once it breaks above that, let's see here, that all-time high here, you can see, follow through, boom, continuation to the upside, perfect top here. Not perfect, I would say almost perfect in that case. At 1.620 Fibonacci extension, $61,426.23. That was the technical here. And you can see, if we extend this out here and there, here, you can see, wait a second, okay, here, and yeah, that would be there. You can see that the price literally found almost the perfect top. So you have boom, rejection, come back, and then a top over here. Try to go higher, immediately rejected, and then downside. But this is a very good indicator in this case. For altcoins like Kaspa, which are not that very high market cap, it can go usually higher than the 1.618, but due to the nature in which Kaspa is at right now, which is on a bear market for the Bitcoin price, even with all the new all-time highs, even with that, still we're on the bear market on the overall cryptocurrency market. I'm expecting a black swan event coming very soon because of the Shemitah and Jubilee, which I already mentioned that on my previous YouTube videos. It's been some time, but it's around my stock market crash. I'm gonna do an update very soon here, like on my next video in this case, and I will be updating you guys about the Shemitah and Jubilee cycle, which usually leads up into market crashes, and Kaspa will not be exempt from that. I'm very confident in that, which are the high probabilities. I'm usually base my outlooks based on the probabilities most of the times in that case. Okay, so yeah, guys, that's what I'm seeing so far for the Kaspa price, guys. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube video, guys. If you enjoyed this YouTube video, guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support anyways. And also, click the like, comment, and share button and share this YouTube video with your friends. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Crypto Solutions, if you haven't subscribed yet, guys. And also, click that bell notifications to stay ahead in the cryptocurrency market using my cryptocurrency technical analysis YouTube video, guys. And also, guys, if you need help in the cryptocurrency market, had any questions, investing in short-term, mid-term, and long-term, I have an elite VIP crypto investor membership, which I cover 2 to 3 times per week. Technical analysis on various cryptocurrencies. It can be Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, Chainlink. It can be HETS, it can be Binance, it can be Quant, ISO 222 tokens, it can be IOTA, XLM, etc. And I also post it's like a signals kind of thing, but it's more towards me showing you what I'm doing in this case, which is trading in the short term and midterm. I put on trading opportunities, which I'm going to show you right now, which are right here when you're seeing the midterm personal trading opportunities. Like this, I update you guys on my trading opportunities and when I'm looking to buy or take profits or sell. Also, when I'm doing dollar cost averaging, I also notify when I'm buying and selling which specific cryptocurrencies. This is not financial advice. But this can be used as educational, investigation, and also entertainment. So, and also, if you have any specific questions about how if this cryptocurrency is good, what about this one? Will it be in the future? What will be the most likely outcomes? Things like that. I can definitely help you with that. I also take into consideration the total solar eclipses, the total lunar eclipses, the Shemitah cycles, and other very important indicators which I personally use to determine near bottoms and near tops in the bear markets and bull markets for the Bitcoin price. So yeah, if you need help, you can definitely click in the Patreon link in the description below, patreon.com/cryptosolutions, and that's how it works usually. Like I have the $50 per month in this case crypto portfolio investment review, but that will be just one payment, so it will not be a per month basis. It will be just one verification. So if you're interested, you can definitely click on my Patreon link in the description below, Crypto Solutions. It will be patreon.com/cryptosolutions, and I will see you guys there. I really appreciate it, guys, and I will help you as much as possible. I will see you right now there, guys. Have a nice day, guys, and take care, guys. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube video, guys. Have a nice day, guys. Take care, guys, and peace out, guys.